History of Venezuela. Pre-Columbian era. Before European contact, the territory now known as Venezuela was inhabited by diverse indigenous peoples, including the Caribs, Arawaks, and Timodo-Cuicas. These groups lived in small communities and survived through agriculture, fishing, hunting, and trade. The Timodo-Cuicas, in the Andean region, developed advanced farming techniques such as terracing and irrigation. Unlike the large empires of the Andes or Mesoamerica, Venezuela's indigenous societies were decentralized. Spanish colonization, 1498 to 1810. Christopher Columbus reached Venezuela in 1498 during his third voyage. Spanish explorers later named the region Venezuela, Little Venice, after observing stilt houses along Lake Maracaibo. Spain gradually colonized the area in the 16th century, establishing settlements such as Coro and Caracas. The colonial economy relied on cacao, coffee, and sugar, produced largely through enslaved African labor and indigenous exploitation. Venezuela was administered as part of the Spanish Empire, first under the Viceroyalty of New Granada. Colonial society was deeply unequal. Power rested with Spanish-born elites, while indigenous peoples, enslaved Africans, and mixed-race populations had limited rights. These inequalities would later fuel independence movements. Independence and Simón Bolívar, 1810 to 1830, inspired by the American and French revolutions, Venezuela declared independence from Spain in 1811. The struggle was long and violent, marked by internal divisions and Spanish resistance. The central figure of independence was Simón Bolívar, known as El Libertador. Through a series of military campaigns, Bolívar helped liberate Venezuela and several neighboring countries. In 1821, Venezuelan independence was secured at the Battle of Carabobo. Venezuela became part of Gran Colombia, a federation that included modern-day Colombia, Ecuador, and Panama. However, political tensions led to its dissolution, and Venezuela became an independent republic in 1830. Caudillo rule and instability, 1830 to 1908. The 19th century was dominated by caudillos, strong military leaders who ruled through force rather than stable institutions. Frequent civil wars, regional rivalries, and weak governments hindered development. The economy remained agricultural and unequal, with power concentrated among landowners. One major conflict, the Federal War, 1859 to 1863, attempted to redistribute power but ultimately failed to bring lasting stability. Oil and dictatorship, 1908 to 1958. A turning point came in the early 20th century with the discovery of oil. By the 1920s, Venezuela became one of the world's largest oil exporters. Oil wealth transformed the economy but also strengthened authoritarian rule, particularly under dictator Juan Vicente Gómez, 1908 to 1935. Infrastructure expanded, but political repression was severe. After Gómez, Venezuela experienced cycles of military rule and short democratic experiments, culminating in the dictatorship of Marcos Pérez Jiménez. His regime ended in 1958, opening the door to democracy. Democratic period, 1958 to 1998. From 1958 onward, Venezuela was considered one of Latin America's more stable democracies. Power alternated mainly between two parties, AD and COPEI. Oil revenues funded social programs, education, and infrastructure, but also encouraged corruption and economic dependence on oil exports. When oil prices fell in the 1980s, Venezuela entered economic crisis, leading to inflation, debt, and social unrest. In 1989, protests known as the Caracazo were violently suppressed, killing hundreds and severely damaging trust in the political system. Hugo Chávez and the Bolivarian Revolution, 1999 to 2013. In 1998, former army officer Hugo Chávez was elected president. He promised to fight corruption and inequality through the Bolivarian Revolution, a socialist-oriented political project. Chávez rewrote the constitution, expanded social programs, and nationalized key industries, especially oil. High oil prices helped reduce poverty initially, but critics accused his government of authoritarianism, weakening democratic institutions, and damaging the economy. Crisis and contemporary Venezuela, 2013-present. After Chávez's death in 2013, Nicolás Maduro became president. Venezuela soon entered a deep crisis marked by hyperinflation, food and medicine shortages, mass migration, and political repression. Economic mismanagement, corruption, declining oil production, and international sanctions worsened conditions. Millions of Venezuelans have left the country, creating one of the largest migration crises in the world. Today, Venezuela faces ongoing political conflict, economic hardship, and humanitarian challenges, while debates continue over democracy, sovereignty, and the country's future.